Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel for OC Recovery. Today I want to go through a live example, the pages I love the most. If you have the English version, chapter 10, pages 70 and 71. I want to go through a guilt-related example, fear of making mistakes, being responsible, why making mistakes regardless of the mistake. This is very hard for people to even hear if they don't have an understanding of acceptance. First, you have to educate yourself on the material. Then you have to apply it over a multi-year period with changing your behavior. So if you're very, very new, a lot of this won't make sense because you'll think, well, not only do I have OCD, those mistakes absolutely deserve to have someone suffer with chronic guilt and shame for the rest of their life. And it does seem that way, but it's simply not the case. And we're going to go into it in this example, showing why belief work is so important, paired with behaviors, paired with leaving shame and guilt there. I can't cover all the angles in this video. I just want to talk about the shame and guilt component from a belief system perspective. Before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think about this video. And if you're struggling with shame and guilt, please do not sit in silence. We have all sorts of different things that can get you in bi-weekly, weekly, once every month, subscription, access to the webinars, WhatsApp groups, you know, the whole 9 yards, I say on every fucking video. So, okay. So goal. This is a very common one all throughout society right now. It's always been this way, but social media has made it a lot worse. My goal is to get comfortable with the possibility I can make a mistake. We'll leave it broad because then people say, well, this mistake's work. We'll leave it broad for now. To get comfortable with the possibility that I can make a mistake because I was careless, I wasn't paying attention, it was actually my fault at the time for numerous different reasons. I was angry, I was tired, whatever, okay? And to become better at accepting that mistake without liking it. Go watch some of our videos on acceptance, not meaning agreement. It's not delusion. It doesn't mean you don't feel shame and guilt and regret, but more at a healthy level, which has the ability to help shift your perspectives and actions in the future and change versus chronic shame and chronic guilt and beratement, which does absolutely nothing for your life. So, activating event. You were really tired and your daughter or your son was asking something and you're like, it's not a big deal, just shush, go in your playroom or whatever. And they actually were sick and started throwing up. Oh my God, I'm a terrible mother. You didn't cook chicken properly or something. Let's see another good one. You didn't look, maybe you were really tired on your way to work. You didn't look to the left or the right, whatever side of the road you drive on, and you pulled out and you hit someone, a car, right? They didn't die, but maybe they got injured. Maybe they banged their arm up pretty badly. Oh my God, I'm a horrible person, terrible, I'm evil, I deserve to die, etc. Now, the irrational beliefs that get people into trouble are, no matter what, I must never make a mistake. I have to make sure that everything I do is perfect. Most people don't even realize they're saying these things to themselves or they believe it because their actions put them in enough trouble to begin with. Compulsions, reassurance seeking, Googling, asking their friends, hey, if you were in this situation, what would you do? They don't know what the fuck's going on, but you certainly do, and you're looking for reassurance. No matter what, I must never make a mistake. If I do, I have to prove to myself that it was an accident. There's so many angles of this. If I make a mistake, it proves that I'm an incompetent mother or a father. Oh my God, I'll be a terrible person, etc. Consequences from the activating events, and the belief systems for the irrational ones, depression, worthlessness, chronic shame, chronic guilt, etc., etc. Okay? Let's go through some of the disputing questions. Why must I never make a mistake? Where is the evidence that shows that as a fallible human being that I can't make a mistake? Effective new philosophy. And by the way, when you're doing this, you're not going to believe it off the bat. I'm writing it down. It feels like nothing. I'm repeating the same thing. Just keep doing it for now, and especially in the beginning. Your future self is thanking you. Rob used to say that to me. Your future self is thanking you. You're not going to feel it right away. It's like going to the gym one time and lifting for the first time and saying, why don't I look like Ronnie Coleman or Arnold Schwarzenegger or Tom Platz's quads? So, effective new philosophy. There's no reason why I must never make a mistake, but there are several reasons why I would highly prefer not to. If the evidence existed that I must never make a mistake and the universe owed that to me, then I would obviously never make a mistake. So I obviously can make a mistake regardless of what they are. I don't have time in the video to go into all the different examples, but the easiest one is how many people went to World War I and World War II, grew up very Catholic, Christian, Islam. I would never hurt anyone. I'm a good person, etc. war changes them. They go there, they're tired, they accidentally friendly fire, and they shoot 20 people on their own team with a fucking napalm missile. And I mean, all you gotta do is watch We Were Soldiers. The scene is brutal. I mean, if you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen it, type in We Were Soldiers napalm scene. It's rough. So, and that's just the reality stuff. And I'm not saying that person would not have PTSD in that example for the remainder of their life. But the level of their PTSD will more than likely change with the belief work. Okay, but it's not why you're going to wake up and never think about this again. So, in what way is it absolutely awful if I make a mistake? And again, I know some of you are thinking, yeah, but my mistake is harming someone, sexual assault, murdering someone. I get that, but let's, again, broad example. Okay, in no way, it may be really, 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 really fucking tough. Public humiliation, shame, having a hard time if I went to prison. Life is not fair. It doesn't owe me happiness. These are like for the extreme examples. But I'm hopefully going to learn to find some elements of peace in my life. I'm not saying this is going to be easy. I'm not saying I've had to add a lot of things in myself. But hopefully I would learn to try and accept it. Okay? Again, I can't stand the feeling of guilt. That's a big one. Prove that I can't stand it. Well, I can't prove it because I'm standing it right now. If I couldn't stand it, I would be dead. If you can't stand something, by default, you are implosion. You died because you can't stand it. As long as you're alive, you are standing it. That's just logical truth. Now, you can't out-logic OCD, but in that example. Second, if I really couldn't stand it at all, oh, I just said that, but you see what I mean. But clearly there are ways that I can learn to stand it without liking it. Where is it written in the universe that things have to go my way? Where is it written in the universe that I can't make a mistake? Here's another one. Where is it written in the universe that I can't make a mistake and people can't judge me and humiliate me? People are very vicious in their belief systems, especially about the big stuff. Harm, POCD, stealing, theft, political schemes, and all the big stuff. People are never going to view this with open mind. Ever. Get that idea out of your head. People will not accept you. People are not going to accept POCD. They're not going to accept many things. People write people off because they said they don't like Taylor Swift's music, and they write the craziest shit online. You think they're going to accept you if they find out you have POCD? Zero chance. Zero chance. Zero. Okay? So where is that written that they have to accept me? Only in my nutty head. Okay? If I have all the public humiliation, again, it would be extremely hard, very difficult on my life, all sorts of different issues, maybe getting another job, whatever it may be, but it would not be 100% awful. If it was 100% awful, that would be the top, and everything in your life would be 100% terrible. You could still hopefully enjoy some moments, even with that guilt being there, etc. This is very, very important. There are many different angles of this. I can go through this with you on the call. So can members of the other team, on our team. Please do not sit in silence. You do not have to have chronic shame and guilt for the rest of your life. Phil at OCDrecovery.com. Please let me know what you think. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.